RP here. Welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial video is a subscriber request from iCanAnimations. He requested a modification to my rail system that would allow a cart to basically fall through the track and go into a dispenser system. I'm quite pleased at how this turned out, so let's take a look at how this thing works, and then I'll explain how it achieves the results which you're about to see. Okay, let me stop this thing. Alright, so this is actually composed of two simple pieces. We have the station here. This station could easily be the station that I demonstrated in a previous video with just a few modifications to it. I use 3 pistons here due to the loop that I needed to create for the cart to go around. I needed to make sure that this wouldn't break with continual carts coming in, and it has certainly stood up to those tests. You can modify what happens to the cart to your heart's content. If you want to do the same thing that I've done here, you could drop this down to 2 pistons instead of 3, make these powered rails just like you saw over here in my previous tutorial. Because these are regular tracks, the cart goes a bit further. Underneath, if you want to see what's going on here, I just have a powered rail against a block. The cart will land close to that block and then shoot off and go up and around. Alright, not necessary for how this works. Also, I have a sensor track here that sends a signal over to the input on the switch, which we'll go over here in a moment. Again, not needed. This could easily be replaced with a button or lever, and that could be placed anywhere that you want to put it. So this, again, just a model of how you could create the thing. The important part, we need an input. Now that I'm using a redstone torch, you could easily use a button or lever to send a signal straight into this. Totally up to you in your configuration. What I've got here, this is an ABBA switch. There are 2 possible inputs and 2 possible outputs. This and this can be your input, and that would be your output. This is, you could reverse and have these be your inputs and those be your outputs. Totally up to you and your situation that you're going in. For this to work the way that I have it set up, this has to be my input here, and these are my outputs. The way that an ABBA switch works, it sends a signal first to A, then to B, then B, and then A. So it's a way to reverse a signal without having to build some sort of huge contraption to do all kinds of switching. So as you can see, this is a 3x3 block. Call it 4x3 because you need some sort of input coming in. And that's all there's to it. Alright. Between the 2 outputs is your 4-tick repeater, and then you have 2 additional repeaters that point directly at the output, and those are single ticks. And then you have another repeater that points the opposite direction as your output repeater, and that's also 4 ticks. You can play around with the delays on this, to get various effects. Some configurations are not going to work. I'll warn you ahead of time. If you change the input, if you try to build this exactly as I have here, if you change the input from this side to that side, then the long delay repeaters have to be reversed as well, and this will not work that way because the signal has to first go to the upper pistons and then the lower pistons. If you try to do it opposite, these blocks will move out from underneath the tracks and all the tracks will break before these have a chance to pull it away. So the order is tracks get pulled, block gets pulled, block gets put back, tracks get put back. It's the only way that that'll work. Alright, simple enough. I'll give you a longer look here so you can copy it, do a screen capture, whatever you would like to do. Okay, and again, I have 3 pistons here. You could, if you wanted to use my previous station, you can drop it down to 2, and then you'll need to make some other modifications for pulling the blocks out of the way for that to work properly. You could actually pull the middle blocks down and over by using a block switcher. There's plenty of tutorials out there already on how to do a block switcher, and just switch it with nothing, and that would work perfectly for you. Alright, so Icon Animations, I hope this proves useful for you, and everyone else. Hopefully you can find some use for it. If you want to make sure to catch my other videos when they come out, please make sure to subscribe. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and if you have any comments or suggestions or what you would like to see me do next, please feel free to post in this comment section below. Thank you very much.